or cold. Oh, he's getting stuck in here. Just a minute. Well, 4-5, that's what you get for having your speakers up too loud. I got things worked out, I hope. And, welcome, everybody. It's Ham Radio Wilderness with Frank, KG6NLW. And this is my monthly Q and AMA. That's where you have questions, I might have answers. We'll see. You can also ask me anything. Yes, Hollywood. All knobs at 13. Absolutely. Be willing? No. No, it does not. Bot-Rex is something totally different. Now, Hollywood, you were asking beforehand what Eamon's icon was. Well, let's just, because I can do this here, let's just make that nice and big. Yeah, is that clear enough for you, Hollywood? Is that clear enough? Oh, by the way, folks,
it's gonna be May.
It's May. It's May 2nd, 2025, and that means it's Q&A AMA. So, feel free to shoot off any questions you might have while I'm waiting for things to come in. Hollywood, you were talking about dummy loads. I have the MFJ 261. It is a dry dummy load, DC to 500 megs, 50 ohms, power 15 watts, average 100 watt peak. VSWR is less than 1.15. So this should do the trick for the transmit radio. I hope. If it doesn't, well, we'll find out very quickly. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, we'll go with something. The best something. Well, that's what Ollie would ask, Paul. Yeah, but then I don't know if I'm getting the amps out. That's my big thing. The signal sounds fine. It's the amps that are driving me nuts. It's all about those amps. Need the amps, more amps. Actually, no, what I really need is an amp and just crank the radio down to like 510 watts and just let that do all the work. That's what I really need, but that's for another time. All right, so anybody got any fun questions they want to ask, or are we just going to chew the fat, as they say? Let's see here. Ah, yes, you're right. You're right, 4-5. Cinco de Mayo on Monday. Time to celebrate the Mexican victory over the French at the Battle of Puebla in 1862. You know what that means, though? You know what that means Sunday is, right? May the 4th be with you. It is May 4th. And for those that don't know, that is Star Wars Day. Yeah, May the 4th be with you, followed by Cinco de Mayo and Revenge of the 6th. So there you go. Johnny, good to see you in here. Tom Homan. Okay. Let's see here. Senora Josefa will be proud. Yeah, okay. Oh, jeez, my brain just went blank there. Okay. All right, here we go. When cutting an antenna wire, do you need to account for any strain relief loops? Have my first HF station gear inbound to QTH. Absolutely. You count for the strain relief, and as you cut it back, and Mike, KMRD, shows this in his dipole video, you just cut it back little little tiny bit at a time until you get it absolutely right. And then you have things tuned up just right. Your analyzer says everything's good, and there's your strain relief. You pre-loop the strain relief so that it's all done up properly. And you don't crimp things down or anything, but you get it all tied up nice and tight, and you cut and trim as you need to, and run from there. Absolutely. Oh yeah. Oh boy. The FTX1. That is let's see here. Do we have that on DX Engineering already? I know we have it on Giggle Parts, but do we have it on do we do no, they don't. They only have the QRP version. So I'm going to have to go over to Giggle Parts. Let's see here. Hannibal, I see you in there. Good to see you. All right, FTX1. Let's see, and we'll switch over to the screen. HRO and Giga have them both. Okay, let's plus this up a little bit here. Yeah, 14. There we go. Wrong way, Frank. $14.99 for just the QRP model, and the Optima model. Way over there in the center. Let's see here. The Optima model, $18.99. Oh, yeah. And Paul, you're absolutely right. John mentioned that units are being shipped to retailers already, so that's a good thing. So we'll see what happens with that. As I mentioned on one of the pages earlier today, it's still a little pricey, for the taste. But I will say this: if I click on the right thing, these are HF through UHF all modes. So this is basically your IC705 mixed with your FT991 alpha. You have your QRP option, or you have your 100-watt option. You can go either way. And if you get the QRP option, you can add... Let me frame myself a little better here. If you get the QRP option, you can get the amplifier to bring it up to 100 watts later on. So that would be that would be one way to do it. And Johnny, I thought they were going to be head separated. Are they not head separated? Paul. Yeah. So there we go. That's some exciting news coming out today from Yaesu. All right. Okay, Paul says, Johnny, yes, it separates. So there you go. No need to wait for a separation kit. And I saw this in here, Hollywood. You're absolutely right. Anything below 1.5 to 1 is absolutely perfect. Don't even matter. And yeah, trees, weather, height above ground, what you ate for lunch, your coax, how your house is made, it all affects it. So absolutely. Yeah, Hollywood, that is a lot of coin. Absolutely. So there you go. There's the fun news out of Yaesu today. I would think that the amp would go with the body. I don't think it would go with the head. I think it would go with the body. So, okay. Yeah, that's true. John did mention that at some point or another. And B. Willen, you're absolutely right. Might as well just spend the extra 400 buckaroos to get the Optima version. It might bite you temporarily, but later on you'll be thanking yourself for it. Absolutely. So we got one question answered here. Oh, jeez. I'm getting back chatter comments here. Let's see. Called RF deck. Yes, yes, yes. I know it's called an RF deck, but it's the head and the body. Am I going? No. I am Ham Radio Wilderness with Frank KG6NLW, and we're doing Q&A AMA. So, Hollywood, that's only for Jim. That's only Jim's price. The rest of us get it for $0.00. Only 78. Only 78 videos. That's all. Okay. Let's see if I can reach behind the magic curtain here without things falling, which they did. That's okay. No, I don't have I don't have it in my hands yet. I don't. But for the person watching that messaged me, I know I'm probably bumping the microphone. I'm sorry, folks. I'm just going to have to do it this way. Head unit, body. Head, body. Yes, I know this is an RF deck. I'm very well aware of that. But it's more than an RF deck. So head, body. That's how we take care of it. And this actually has to go back to Yaesu again. Don't get me started on that one. Or do. That's your that's your that's your prerogative in this. Yeah, Eamon, they got Jim bad with that one, absolutely. That would be that would definitely be big coin for that setup. Absolutely. And hi Sean. So we got to catch up on last night. You got any dying questions you want to ask me? Any questions? This is what I'm here for today. I will mention while I'm waiting. Next Friday, May 9th, same time, same place, there will be a CQ Chit Chat live stream. And I have two very interesting people coming on for that. just one. I saw the W and went straight to Hollywood because WACB and WT. Yeah, just one microphone, and it's this one right here. This microphone right here that I can really whisper and get into for the ASMR feeling of it. I know I just drove like 5 people nuts in chat. Put some barbecue sauce on that pop filter. Actually, oh, that reminds me. Paul, I got my birdie back. My birdie's back. Well, I got a new birdie from the birdie factory. How's that? I'll put it that way. And speaking of popping some barbecue sauce on the pop filter, let's see here. Frank's going to disappear. And then Frank's going to reappear with a very, very, very good bag. Based on the crinkle, can anyone guess? I'll give it about 10 seconds. No guessing? Okay. The good stuff. Yeah, the good stuff. I'm gonna save this for after the stream, though. Actually, no. Let's see here. Delicious. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. I have a buddy that comes. I have a buddy that goes up to Vancouver once in a while, and he comes down with all the goodies. That's there. No, 4-5. It's the all dressed. Well, yeah, I guess it's all flavors, but it's technically all dressed. Tangy, savory, sweet. It's absolute. I love it. So I'll be off to the side here. So if you see me snacking, that's why. Eamon, if you want to send me a bag, go. I'm good on this end. I'll just leave it at that. I don't think Izzo's in here right now, 4-5. I don't think. I don't think so. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. But see, that's the thing. I hate the salt and vinegar chips, but when it's mixed with the barbecue, oh yes, yes, absolutely. And Hollywood, exactly. If Salty Walt can review clams, chips all day, every day, absolutely. Sean, bro, have you seen any of my videos where yeah, no, I will not turn down a snack, absolutely not. So let's see. We are 17 and a half minutes in. I've only gotten one question. Come on, guys. You guys don't have any dying questions or you want to ask me anything? It can be ham, it can be railroad, photography. It doesn't really matter. If it's a subject I'm familiar with, I will answer. And if I'm not familiar with it, well, you're going to get sorry. I don't know the answer. Or we can do like what Charlotte Dobre does and go, do your research. All right, let's see here. What's my favorite radio and why? Well, Eamon, if you've seen any of my Shack picks, any of them, go back and watch Josh's live stream a while ago with Shack picks, or last Sunday's video, a live stream with Hayden on his Roast Your Shack videos. Motorola. Motorola. All day, every day. Even to the point that they're they're surrounding and multiplying, and yeah, it's I have more Motorola and Kenwood commercial gear than I do actual ham gear, and I've always been that way. So there you go. Now let's see here. Oh, 4 or 5. That's been 24 some odd years. So yeah, things start to fade off in the memory banks there. I get it. Sean, yeah, fluffy hams. There we go. Founding members, right? Am I right? What's my favorite phone and why? Well, that should be pretty. Oh, maybe not that obvious. Not sponsored. That would be one heck of a sponsorship, though. Let's see if I can get it out of this case. The case is really good. It's from Casetify. So, first off, this is my Casetify case. Can't tell I'm, there we go. Can't tell I'm a photographer type, right? But my favorite phone, Apple. Oh, it has some chips on the back. Okay, there we go. Apple. Apple, Apple, Apple. All day, every day. I'm not going to, that's just, that's how I am. Oh, I hit a button I shouldn't have hit there. That's okay. There we go. So, there you go. I have Motorola bag phones, but they're ancient and don't work for cell carriers anymore. All right, Hollywood. Do I do any trick photography, high-speed subject strobe through traveling Apple? No. I have not tried Harold's way of photography yet. One day I would love to. That would be lots of fun. Get go out for a night shot of a train passing by through the apple. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That would be something. Yeah, I bet it got a little fuzzy after that. And James. That's your job. That's your job to do that. Amen. At least my Nightbot won't time you out for random stuff. You can test it, but it takes a lot. Let's see. Lots of trains in the Big Apple. Yeah. Okay. Some of them don't like being photographed, though. Imagine that, especially in the Big Apple. Hmm. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, Sean. See if I can redeem myself. Favorite camera. We already know that you're not gonna like my answer because I'm just Canon. 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 I've tried Nikon. I've tried Sony. I used to have a Leica. Back when I did film, I had a Leica. And then I tried, in the early days of digital, I tried Sony, Nikon, and Canon. And Canon was it for me. Unfortunately, that was it for me. I mean, this camera that's watching me right now, hi, this one, that's a Sony ZV-E10, as you well know, because we've discussed that. And for the most part, this is live stream and video, and that's it. Whereas for all my professional stuff, it's Canon all the way. And yeah, it is very, very hard to beat the Outlast. Absolutely. Although I will say this, with this camera, I need a wider lens. This is 16 mil, 16 to 50. Oh, here we go. That is zoomed out. Let's see if I can. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's zoomed out at 16. That is 50 millimeters right there. So, yeah, I need a little wider of a lens here. Yeah, see that's the thing. That's the thing, Sean. That's the thing. It's all about the menus. It can be Ford versus Chevy, Apple versus Windows, Canon versus Nikon versus whatever, Yaesu versus ICOM. It's all about the menus. Absolutely. And be willing. Sorry. I had to. At least I was only 50. I can go to 2x after 50, but it's not hard zoom. So, and yeah, Sigma makes a 14 mil for just about everything. Absolutely. You got good eyes there, Sean. Yes, I did. So the little clasp right here, it breaks off, and while these are still good glasses, so typical ham fashion. Well, actually, no, I'm always like this. Typical ham fashion. Just fix it with heat shrink, and I'm good, right? They work. They stay on my face. They do the job. Why go out and spend $1,000+ for a new pair of glasses? Oh, it's you caught it when I was zoomed. Okay, got it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was. Yeah. They work. I gotta put them. Let's get them back on there. I gotta redo them once every 8 months or so. How do I fund my ham radio obsession? Well, first off, it's not an obsession. An obsession means that I'm overly dedicated to it. that's my 24/7 focus, and it's not. But how do I fund my ham radios? Work, 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 work. That's where I've been the last. When was the last time I really had a major? Prior to Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's been that long. So that's I stay working and I stay busy, but unfortunately that might be changing. We'll see how things work out with that. Let's see here. Oh, I've discussed that so many times, but let's see. Do I have that on here? Don't think I do. I don't think I have that on here. No, I don't. That's okay. But well, hey, that sort of answers the question. Yeah, as as a conductor, that is one of the many things that I get to do. I get to check the paperwork when we get to the yard or the crew change. I get to talk to the old conductor that I'm change. If okay, I'll give the several scenarios here. Go into the yard office. I pick up the paperwork. I print it out. I get it all going. I go to the train. I walk the train. I walk down one side. I walk up the other. Make sure everything looks good. I don't have to set out any cars or anything like that. Uh, and then I get on, and the engineer's done all the work that he or she has to do, and then we take off. Now, if it's a crew change in the middle of nowhere, uh, we go out in a crew van. We swap crews. We talk about how the train's handling, what's going on. Oh, the 30th car back is a little off with the air, whatever. We do all that. We get on the train. We take it to the maximum distance that we're allowed to for our hours of service. Then we get either it's not in the yard, we get recrewed, or we put it in the yard, and that's that. So there you go. And so, yeah, train conductor. Sean, no, I have plenty of videos, but the live streams are a little bit easier. I will say that. And a lot of them lately have just been trying to tweak these settings just right. So that's why they are there, and then they're not. And then they're there, and then they're not. So, no. No, I don't, thankfully, because this fat Frank would not win. Guaranteed. They are fit, they are athletic, and this fat Frank who loves his all dressed chips will not know. So, the the rule of thumb is if we see something, we have to report it. And that is never any fun, but that's life after 9/11, unfortunately. Very good question there, B. Willen. Thank you. And welcome to the ham tube scene. Yeah, there's a lot of us out here, and a lot of fun stuff to worry about. Absolutely. Let's see. Where am I? It's okay. It's an okay. It's an okay thing. Oh, jeez, I just got this notification. Let's see. Is this what they're doing tomorrow morning? Yeah, this is what they're doing tomorrow morning. Coffee and ham radios, speculation, wild guesses, unfounded theories. Top field radio? Question mark. The FTX 1F. They just posted the thumbnail for their live stream tomorrow. So let's see what else was. Oh yeah, tonight is Friday night, and it is the HRCC net in an hour. So if you're not part of Ham Radio Crash Course Discord, go check it out. Link should be in the description for that. And check out the HF-net thread for where they're going to be. They usually hang out on, I think it's 40 that they usually hang out on. So there you go. All right, where's that one? Oh yeah, yeah. So you get the hours of service, absolutely. And doesn't it suck when you get pushed past that by like 6 plus hours? Yeah. Okay, so Josh is doing the camp out. Yes, the HF net still happens. I don't know if he's going to have. He should have a live stream from the camp out, but we'll see how the service holds up. Because last year was, yeah, but hey, it was fun. So yeah, but tonight in it's actually 1 hour. Well, they start check-ins a little early, but in 1 hour is the HRCC HF net, and that's lots of fun to check into if you can hear them. I don't know who's going to be net tonight. It might be Evan or it might be Aiden. I'm not sure. Looks like they're trying to work that out right now. So we'll see what happens. I might check into that even. But there you go. So all right, time for another all dressed chip because I opened the bag and well, you guys love hearing me. I don't even know with my noise gate if that's coming through. Let's put it this way, Hollywood got me really, really set up really well with this. No, I can't just eat one. That's why. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. This is so I was given 10 bags. This is bag 6. No. 1, 2, 3. Where's that last? Yeah, this is bag 6 of 10. So I have 4 more to go, and I wanted them to last me until June. Whoops. Not very weird yet. So if you got a weird question, bring it on. Let's see what happens. And while we're waiting for that, let's see here. Sean, just for you. There you go. Now I have chip all over my microphone. By the way, you owe an apology to Paul because he's going guaranteed. Oh yeah, like the Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah. Actually, that's the Canadian Kool-Aid Man. So you got aluminum telescoping pole for your antenna mast. How far away do you have to keep the wires away so the pole doesn't interfere? So the telescoping pole is not going to be for the antenna system. It's for the mast. Is this going to be for HF or is this going to be for VHF UHF? That because that's gonna answer a few questions there. So for HF, okay. So for HF, uh, you wanted a reasonable distance away. Again, everything interacts with everything. The siding on your house interacts with stuff. The wiring in your wall interacts with it. The depending upon if you're up by your roof or not, the roofing interacts with it. The fence line, if you're along the fence line, will interact with it. There's a lot of variables, so it depends. But that's a good question, and as Newer says here, 33 feet. But that's 33 feet away from the pole that he's mounted on, from my understanding. Right, B. Willen? You're mounting the wire to the pole? So 33 feet away from the pole is not going to work. That's pull up and then pull over 33 feet. That's not going to work. So, so for my setup, now granted I'm using military mast poles, so they have a bit of metal to them, right? And this is what the military uses for their stuff. I keep it about foot and a half offset from the pole with some paracord. You know, I just tied a paracord. So if this is the pole, let's see here. Hold on. We're going to use the ICOM. So this is your pole, right? And yes, I know the antenna's bent. Don't at me with that one. So the antenna's bent. Yeah, this is your pole. I put some wire right here, some paracord, and then I go a foot and a half out and pretend the HT dangling here is your antenna wire. So I go a foot and a half out, and it just holds on like that. You know, it might sag a little bit, you know, down here and whatnot, but it'll work. All right, here we go. Hollywood has it. Depends on the frequency. If you're talking about using guy wires, use insulators at odd lengths to divide the wire into non-resident lengths. Think AM tower. Does that help you at all? Okay, you're doing an unknown on the fence and use the mast to support the end of the wire in an upward sloper. All right, so as I just did with the, I already put the antenna back on, but if this is the top of your mast, just foot and a half of wire to hold that radiating element tight, and you're good to go. That's what I actually that is what I do. That is what I do. In the back 40 here, back 40, jeez. Look at me talking all country and stuff. In the backyard, because I'm country at heart, folks, but I do live in a small town, so don't hold it against me, please. In the back, I have, as I said, military mast. It goes up 30 feet, and then off of that, I just have the paracord, and that just strap. I twist. Do I have good at sample? I can show you here. Maybe. No, I don't. Okay. I don't. Actually, no. Hold, please. Okay. So, let's see. I know this is going to be the best I'm going to get here because the other stuff will not show on screen. So, I have this paracord here, right? And I just tie it off in a little knot like that, you know, just a simple little knot. I tie it. My finger here is the HF wire. I just tie it, and I tie it tight, and then the other side goes up to, let's see, can I get this in one shot? There we go. The other side goes up to the top of the mast, and then that gets all tied up on the top of the mast in various knots to hold it tight. That's how I do it. Simple and easy. Does that help you? Good evening, N2FET. Hey, that's oh, geez. I recognize the channel, and Pota Power just shouted you out earlier, if I remember right. Didn't they? Or am I thinking of someone else here? Yeah, Be Willing. Does that help you out there? Yes, Sean. I do know what a back 40 is. I actually had some acreage at some point. Not, not like acres and acres and acres like Circle 6 or Digital Rancher. But I had some acres. Absolutely. I think so. Let me, yeah, they did. Yeah, they absolutely did. Let's see. This is on their page, so I'm not sharing anything that's not already out there. But Well, they messed up the call sign and the caption, but that's okay. They got your page right. So from one Francis to another, hi. And nice to meet you, Brian. Cool. Oh, yeah, there go my notifications. All right, so let me get back off of that. So yeah, they gave you a little shout out there, Dave. Talking about talking about the back 40. Let's see. Okay, good. And yeah, Hollywood's a good one to answer that question. Thank you, Hollywood. Let me. That seems a little too tight there. But then I go, okay, yeah, we're good. But yeah, my ground system, or not my ground system, my radial system, the metal fence along the edge of my property. Hey, there you go. That's the way to do it. And take your time. So, unsolicited advice from the live stream YouTuber, uns- unsolicited but probably helpful. Take your time. Do not let anyone push you. Do it at your own pace. Don't let anyone push you. Ask all the questions you want. All of them. Trust me, it'll help. Now, I did see a question here that went back. Here we go, Hollywood. So, that's a fun question. I got started right about when I was Francis's age, or Otis. Is it Otis or Francis? Because it looks like you go by both. How do you want to be? You going to be Otis or Francis? Which one do you want me to call you? Just so I get it right, please. But I was right about his age at the time that I picked up a scanner. Hold on. There we go. I picked up a scanner right about his age, and I wanted to listen to the railroad. Now, granted, I was in the hillier part of the Bay Area at the time, and I was down in a valley. So, and my family knows nothing about RF. Even today, after almost 25 years of being a ham, they know almost nothing. They just know it works, and that I know how it works for the most part. I wanted to get a scanner. Oh, hold, please. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Things happen when you're at home that you don't expect to happen. Just as long as I don't key up on the HF radio. Anyway, I was about 12 or so. I wanted to listen to the railroad. We were down the valley, and they didn't think it was going to work. I emailed, this was early ish days of email. I emailed my buddy who was a rail fan that I'd met, and I asked him, hey, do you think from this location here I would be able to hear what's going on over there? And it was across the bay in Oakland. And he's like, oh, yeah, not a problem. So we went over to Radio Shack. We got a scanner and a discone antenna, and I got it all set up. And I had the antenna set up inside the attic. Not outside, but inside the attic. I was picking things up, no problem. Absolutely no problem at all. And we were driving around one day, so I had my scanner in my hand. I was just scanning around. Back in those days, the Radio Shack scanners, they had air, ham, police, fire, et cetera, all Jeez, something's going on. Anyway, uh, it was all labeled out. So it's HAM, PD, FD, air, in different banks. And I was scanning through this ham. What was ham? I'm like, okay, well, it's scanning. And I picked up this one repeater. And this is going to date me a little bit here. I went down to the library and I looked through the card catalog for ham. And when I couldn't find anything, I asked the librarian. And they helped me find the ARRL book and Gordon West book. And I had fun. I got introduced to ham radio at the age of 12. And it's been a wrap since then. As far as a mentor goes, for the most part, I'm a self teacher. For the most part, we know how my audio is. For the most part, though, I'm a self teacher, so that's how I did that. Trying to move this around a little bit here because I see some solderoid talk in the chat. Uh, there we go. That should work. And Paul, you obviously, of course, green screen's not going to work here, but that's going to be okay. We'll deal with it. Let's see. What do I have that I can? This should work. Oh, not even that works. Wow. Okay. Come on. Focus. Come on. Okay. Well, let's go to the overhead, folks. Oh, wait. No, the overhead's not on. Never mind. No overhead. I have vastly improved the solder job, Paul. And I've put I've put lots of photos in Discord. So let's see. My 3-prong loop. Oh, there we go. There's if it will. There we go. My 3-point job. My 2-point job. That one actually, yeah, that one on that side does have a little bit of solderoid to it, but that's okay. And then my 1-point job. Yeah. So, no, I've been getting better. I've been practicing a little bit. Thank you to Chuck, KK6USY, for sending me a video. And, yeah, Brian, yes. Yeah. Just a little bit. Yeah, yeah. You know, some don't even know what Wikipedia is. They just use Google. Hollywood, I 100% agree. Well, I think if it weren't for Radio Shack, I don't think a lot of us might not be in the hobby. I think a lot of us, if we didn't automatically get it, a lot of us old folk, I don't think we would be in the hobby if we were. 4 or 5, okay, I'm not going to say I'm old, okay, but I remember party lines. We still had those as I was growing up. So, yeah. And actually, we talked about this last Sunday. Sean, WTF Radio, he's just slightly older than me. So, there's a couple of us young guys out here. Well, young guys, right? Otis, that's for another chat. That's for another stream. We will have fun. Don't worry. This is a Q&A AMA, so questions and ask anything. Let's see here. Proud to solder it's success. Yeah, well, I wouldn't call it success yet, but I'm definitely getting better. I do not have the flux capacitor. I'm sorry. You're not going to get to 88 miles an hour with me. Hey, Blue Boy, good to see you. Yeah, but see, that's the problem, is I don't solder that much. So it's really hard to justify, it's actually really hard justifying trying to learn that much when I'm only going to use it 2 or 3 times. Western Union splicing job. All right. Just for you, Brian. Just for you. I'm going to show you exactly how I did those. Now, granted, this is going to be yellow wire with a green screen, so it's going to be quite interesting on its own, but I'll show you exactly how I do it. And this is 22 gauge stuff, so this is really tiny. Let me... You're going to get close up again, but not the bad close up, don't worry. So, I take this. Oh, come on. See, that's what I get for having proper hygiene. I have no nails. Usually I can just nail them off it. But there we go. So I did things a couple ways here. You get these all nice and tight. And then I did a couple ways. I did the wind up one way, and then wind up the other way, nice and tight. I did the one where you just... The focus is intense. Where you just push them together. It won't do it with this one. But, and then I did it where I just, and then solder from there. And no, what is there? Sean, no, this was, yellow wire. My brain is just not here tonight now. Yeah, so this one I wound. Oh, yeah, geez. Okay, let's see. This one. So this side, I went this way, and then this one, I went that way. And then you just... Oh, that's way too close together. You overwrap them, cut off the excess, and then solder away. So, that's how I did it. Okay. Let me catch up here a little bit. Let's see here. Paul's waiting for Radio Shack to open near him. Yeah, Paul, I'm waiting for one to reopen too. 101 set from RS. Yeah, those were those were hit and miss depending upon which store you bought them from, it seems. So, Ham Young. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, War 5. My favorite anime. That one I cannot answer on a live stream, even nearly an hour in. That one's just that one's not going to work. I'm sorry, but it's good. It's juicy. It's let me. How can I put it? It's not the H word anime that, I don't like saying those things on live streams. It's not the H word anime, but it's right there on the edge. And I wish they'd come out with more seasons. They haven't. They canceled the show. And it just was getting good too. And my installation speak of covert, Paul. What? You don't know me at all. Me, covert? Please. My neighbors can see all my antennas. Yeah, absolutely. So, no, now it's going to have to be Giggle Parts buying Radio Shack. Oh, wait, yeah. Christopher with a good question. For portable ops, is there an optimal length for coax or sweet spot from radio to antenna base mount? Depends upon where you're operating portable. At the Poto Park, I try to use as short a length of coax as possible. The coax that I have for the Poseidon setup for the Coffee and Ham radios that goes to 710. So Coffee and Ham radios for the cold. I know we've talked about that. I recognize your name there. Uh, uh, um, Chat just got me distracted there. Sorry. Uh, yeah, the Coffee and Ham radios to the FT710 antenna, FT710 radio. I use no more than 8 feet if I can help it. Shorter is better, but I will definitely. I do I have those here? I should have those here. I just brought them in. Yes, Frank's actually in his shack. What a shocker. I just have to find... Where did I put those? Hold, please. All right. And Brian actually has it right. The standard coax answer is the shortest feed line possible with the lowest dB loss of cable. Messine Poloni or ABR Industries, depending upon your flavor of coax. Those are the two recommendations I have. And then some 240-31 toroids. I put 4, 5, or 6 wraps of coax through this, and there's no issues out in the park at all. Hi, Nightcry. So that's my answer for you, Christopher. Let me know if you want any more clarifications or answers, and I can try and help you the best I can. And Paul, no, Sean, you're about to get me flustered. I see that comment right above Nightcry. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Brian, yeah. Okay, that is actually only part of the studio room. That's actually that chair in that. Actually, hold on. Let me. We'll bring up the photo because I can do that pretty quickly here. Let's see. Go into this conversation. Let's see. Switch over here. I'm literally so that green mat is literally right down there. That microphone in that photo is that would be right about here. So you see where this microphone is now? That's about where it is in that photo. So all of this gear is right there. And obviously I'm in that chair. The vertical monitor that's let's see here. This here we go. That monitor right there, that is right dead in front of me, and that's where the chat is. So yeah, this is only part of the studio. Okay. Oh, Sean, let's see. Hold on. I have to wait, and then I can do it. I have about 9 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oops, I did it again. I made you believe we're more than just friends. Yeah. There you go. Paul, back to radio. No, that's not back to radio. Okay, the booth wang maybe, but no, the rest of it, no. Uh, a rack box like that for... Okay, so that... Okay, hold on. We're gonna go deep here. We're gonna go deep tonight. Let's see if I can bring it up. Yeah, there we go. No, I'm not actually flipping the hair, Paul, because what hair am I gonna flip? All right, let's come back over here. So this Novexcom, they are based, I do believe, in Texas. I don't remember where they're based, but they go to HamCon, DX Convention, etc. Oh, they might be at Dayton. So, Paul, if you're going to Dayton, you might be able to see them there. They have racks for everything. Look, a rack for an RM Italy, rack for the IC 7300 with speaker 9700. A 3-use 3x4 switch plus. Let's see. Oh, let's see. They do everything. Let's see. Where is? Oh man. Let's see here. The N5 RGA Go Box. Hey, I wonder if that's going to be a Go Box that's featured for you. There's literally rows and rows and rows of photos. Now, granted, I'm zoomed in, so it's a little more, but, oh jeez, of course it's a small image. It doesn't get better as I make it bigger, but, yeah, they have, no, I'm not doing a server rack giveaway. Although if Novexcom wants to reach out to me and do that, you know, I'm fine with doing that. Let's see here. Contact. Oh no, that's right. They're down there in Southern California. They're just outside Josh's place. So yeah, they're SoCal. But Scott and his guys are absolutely fantastic. Let's see. Do they have? Yeah. Like, this is how easy it is to install the stuff. They send you all the mounting brackets, everything. It's absolutely wonderful. And that is exactly, let me switch back here for a second. Close that. Come back here. And let me come back over here. So, oh, there we go. Put Frank in the center. So that's exactly what this box is here, and it's wonderful. So they primarily focus, it seems, on Go boxes, but as you saw there, oh whoops, started moving stuff that I didn't want to move. As you saw there, they do a whole bunch of stuff. So feel free to reach out to them. Here, I'll drop. Let's see. There you go. There's the link to Novex. They're absolutely. Scott is wonderful, and if you do reach out to him, let him know I sent you. No, I don't get any kickbacks for that. Just, let him know another ham sent you, and he'll help you out. Absolutely. All right. Let's see here. Some do use Gator boxes, yes, but this box, Brian, is a lot more sturdier and heavy duty, and it covers all the commercial gear. So it has everything built in, okay, let me come back over to this. So this box up here, Brian, this box, each and every row is custom made by Novexcom faceplate for those radios. So the top row there has 2 Kenwood. Let's see here. Can I do this? Yeah. Oh, here we go. So the top row, which is right here, has 2 Kenwood NX700s, one on VHF, one on UHF. This next row here has a Kenwood TK 790 on the right and a 690 on the left. 690 is for 6 meters. This next, let's see if I can do this way now. This third row here is a Motorola XPR 4550 over on the left over there, and an XTL 1500. So you can mix and match as to what radios are there. And then the bottom row is two XTL 2500s. But you can mix and match, you know, if you want one side to be Kenwood and one side to be Motorola, one Yaesu, one whatever. You know, lots and lots of fun. So, and I have 5 monitors, Nightcry. I have 5. There's the vertical that's right in front of me for chat. OBS is over here on the main monitor, and that's where most of my work's done. Discord always hangs up on the top monitor, the top left monitor. Top right is computer B, which has that on it, along with FT8. And then the bottom right monitor is just everyday browsing. Yeah, exactly, Brian. The Gator Racks are meant for pro audio, and they do work. Don't get me wrong. They do work for ham gear. Absolutely. But they don't, you know, this is a whole different customization here. Hey, Chris. And, Chris, if you're just now joining us, you missed out. You're going to have to go back and rewind, and, Paul, don't spoil it. Just make sure your speakers are cranked all the way up. That's all I'm going to say. You might yell at me in Discord later, but hey, I'll take it. Good to see you in here. All right, let's see here. We're just over the hour now. Oh, yeah, for a little bit here. I'm catching up on comments here a little bit. Yeah, you could get those into a Novexcom case. So that case is a Novexcom built case. Okay, Hollywood, I'll get back to that in a second. Chris, what did you win? You won an all-time exclusive to all the ASMR on every channel, every time. That's what you won, Chris. No, okay, so you missed out. I'll spoil it. You missed out on ASMR with all dressed chips. Oh, D. Now you gotta go, Nightcry. Okay, catch you later if you're serious about that. Hollywood, tube amp or solid state? Solid state, all day, every day. All day, every day, because I just tubes are too much for me. Call me new school. Call me an appliance hop. Call me whatever you want. Just don't call me late for dinner. But solid state all day, every day, especially if you're in a mobile. Definitely. And Sean, you're probably right. I probably really do, because let me. Nice and gentle, Frank. Give him a little ASMR. Yeah, okay, it's not going to show, of course. But yeah, this thing is actually... Yeah, you can see that. Somehow, I don't let the dog in here. We have a dog. It's family dog. Well, that half of the family dog. But somehow, it gets dog fur on it. And it never touches the ground. Dog's never in here. Somehow, this gets dog hair on it. Oh, a 33 centimeter amp. Yeah, okay. That might be something. Oh, I know you wouldn't judge, Hollywood. I know. Yeah, each has their pros and cons. Tube amps seem to be more reliable. I will say that. You know, they're more reliable. They seem a little more steady. But getting the tubes, that that and actually working on them. That's just that's yeah. I'm not. Let's see here. Oh, Sean, I don't think Chris would appreciate that, but no, I don't have any. Yeah, I am blonde. No, no, I'm literally naturally blonde. You can't tell, but I'm naturally blonde. I literally went looking in my drawer for a comb. Why would I need a comb? I have no hair. Uh, I love it, Chris. Absolutely fantastic. Doggo is good. All the pets for the doggo. All right, so hour and 10 minutes. Okay. I tried not to put this too longer than an hour, but last call for drinks. Anyone got any pressing questions or anything they want to ask? If not, it's going to be a whole month before I do a Q&A again. Because I do this when I can, on the first Friday of every month, and then CQ Chit Chat on the second and fourth Friday of the month at the same time. Next week, the CQ Chit Chat is going to be a very interesting one. You're just going to have to wait and see what that one's going to be like. And the best I can do, Sean, is water. I have no shot stuff around. Because God forbid I get called into work after being laid off for 2 weeks already. Yeah. Today's been 2 weeks of this. And it's only going to get worse from what I understand. $42. Simple. 42. And if you get the reference, you get all the bonus points. And if multiple people get the reference, then you got to split the bonus points. Sorry, that's just how it works. Let's hear. Little one. There you go, Sean. One more ASMR chip. I won't argue with that, but the answer is always 42. It doesn't matter. The answer's always 42. See, that's the problem. It hasn't been 2 weeks of ham radio. It's been maybe about 6 hours of ham radio in that 2 weeks, and a lot of housework. Believe it or not, a lot of housework. No, I have not done any POTA either. That's the problem. I have that POTA itch, and I'm trying to get it scratched, but getting time blocked out to get it work done, get it done is not quite as easy as it seems. So we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully soon I'll get a POTA in. We'll see. I got to get that new Poseidon that I did up out and tested in the field. Because I mean, it seems to be fine here at home, but that's a field antenna. All right, Chris. I don't get this one. Why do you always carry a towel? Huh? What? Huh? 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 What? Huh?
Bruh.
So, all right. Let's see here. I'll give it 4.5 minutes, and then we're done for this month. At least for this Q and AMA. Yes, I'm short. I have to adjust myself in the chair, otherwise I see myself shrinking. And I don't like that. And you don't want the camera to tilt down. So, any more fun questions? I know Brian and Christopher there asked some pretty good questions. I hope we were able to help you out there tonight, guys. And remember, it doesn't have to be ham radio related. It can be. It doesn't have to be. I do photography. I'm a railroader. You know, I do a lot of side stuff. Yeah, but you do. Whenever I lean over to this way or do that's me making myself comfortable in the chair because it's a nice gaming chair and everything. It just doesn't work. Ah, the bonus points go to you, Bricker. Yes, yes, perfect reference. I don't care what you say. That's a perfect reference. So there you have it. So yeah, this is going to become a monthly thing again, as long as I'm not busy at the time that I do it, and we'll see what happens as things progress. Let's see. As long as where is it? As long as doesn't call me, then we're going to be good. And hopefully all those are sounding okay on the live stream. I'm sure you guys would say something if they weren't. Wow. No more questions, really? Oh, Hollywood. Hollywood. That you and I are going to have to talk about that off air. That is a question for another time. Yes, I got the towel part. I just was trying. I was trying to play dumb. Sean, you and me both. Yes. Okay. Good. Okay. And I definitely got it. I was just my mind at first, as I was reading that and commenting, my mind went one way, as in, why is he using it? And then I went, oh yeah, duh. Okay. I mean, come on. Who else? If you, not everybody knows 42. Sean, I will say this much: they will, but you have to do a specific thing, and I'm not going to release that specific thing because, unfortunately, it could be considered an act of terrorism if you do it the wrong way. And I'm not trying to have that happen. So, yes, they can. You just have to do it a specific way. That's all I'm going to say about it. You and I can talk offline later if you want. But, yeah, there we go. Well, let's see here. All I hear about questions now are... Oh no, it would be you can get DX with it. Don't even think. You can definitely get DX with it. Oh, Hollywood, I can't wait to hear that one. That sounds like that's going to be fun. Well, you know my email. You can shoot me it whenever. All right, with that, I want to thank everybody for joining in tonight and asking the very fun questions. And come back the first Friday of June, and we'll do the Q&A AMA all over again. Until next time, 73 and Pota on, y'all. Bricker, I wouldn't try that either.